Hello, everybody. I'm David Draper, the Director of Talent Acquisition at the Lewis Group of Companies. Thanks for joining us. And today, we're going to talk a little bit about something that's affected each and every one of us. And that is, of course, the COVID-19 pandemic. As we all know, the coronavirus pandemic has forced businesses to adapt and evolve. Whether you're a new employee, a current employee, a manager, or an owner, you've had to create policies and procedures to get through it. And here at Lewis, I'm about to introduce you to someone who's been at the heart of it all, Cecilia Zaldivar. Cecilia, welcome.
Hi, David.
So, Cecilia, tell us a little bit about your title and take us back to early March, beginning of the coronavirus pandemic. What did it look like early on?
Well, happy to be here. Cecilia Zaldivar, I'm the Director of Training and Development, and I lead a team of 4 training professionals. And thinking back to March, we were a company that, 8 to 5 in the office, trainings held in person, lots of face-to-face interactions, and March 16th, our world absolutely changed. We've been working remote, and many of our offices were closed for quite some time, but still operating virtually. It's been an adjustment, but I think as a company, we've adjusted very well.
Good. Take us, give us a sense of the size and the scale of Lewis. How many employees are we talking about? How many regions? How many properties?
So here at Lewis, we've just reached about 716 employees, and every day that changes. And so there are about 28 Lewis offices, combination of property site locations and corporate sites in California and Nevada. So we're primarily in the Inland Empire, in the Sacramento region, and in southern and northern Nevada.
Describe some of the new policies and changes the company had to implement. What does that look like?
Well, just around April timeframe, industries all around us had to start responding to COVID-19 pandemic and how they continue to do business. And what we did is we sort of watched on the sidelines as other companies got their plans together to figure out what's the right plan for us. From day one, the CDC website was our guide, and some of the standards and protocols that we've implemented are everything from a remote work policy, which we didn't have before, implementing new safety and health standard cleaning protocols in all of our offices, temperature screenings, signage to remind everyone to keep 6 feet of distance, wear masks. So lots of different protocols and standards implemented. But I think one of the most important standards that we emphasize with our employees is that we were absolutely and continue to be committed to CDC standards. As far as protocols for business, we look at it every day, and we're committed to doing our part. But a huge piece of that was we really needed everyone in the company to do their part. It takes all of us to keep our work environment safe. And so in our plan, we talk about shared responsibility. And so that shared responsibility, in order to maintain a safe and healthy work environment for everyone, it takes teamwork and it takes all of us. So that's really the culture through all this that we've really strived to build, is wearing your mask, washing your hands, following all of the new protocols is everyone's responsibility for our teammates and for our residents.
Fantastic. Speaking of teams, who were some of the people on the Lewis COVID task force? Why were they chosen?
Well, it was a fantastic team effort. We had representation from almost every department, a leader from almost every department come together. We met bi-weekly to really look at every area that we really needed to make a change. And it was fantastic collaboration, active participation from the task force members, and everyone was really committed to doing the right thing for the people of the company.
What would you share, Cecilia, with a Lewis employee, with a new hire, with a job candidate on the current state of safety at Lewis?
Well, I can say that I feel really good about, as an employee, working from home, having access to all of our systems. And when I do have to work in the office, which I do, there are some things that work has to be done at the corporate office. And so I feel completely safe being there with the standards that we have implemented. And quite frankly, in the training department and in HR in general, we've done so much to really create and really think about a new hire starting out with the company during this time. What's the best experience as far as ensuring convenience, safety, and I think we've done a great job. I mean, we're doing virtual interviews, thanks to you and your team, David. And then onboarding is practically virtual. New hire orientation is now virtual. And then a good majority of the role-based classes, new hires coming in can expect them to be virtual as well. So we've really eliminated the classroom, we've really adapted to the times. And I think we've really done a great job creating effective virtual training and experiences.
Cecilia, you mentioned something to me the other day about how the leadership was involved, the Lewis executives. Can you speak to that, about how they've been a part of this new normal?
Yeah, I mean, when I was tasked with leading the COVID task force back in late April, I was, obviously like so excited that we were taking this so serious and really wanted to put a plan together, have to really, execute some new protocols in response to really, at the core of it, protect our employees. And in my first few meetings with the owners and the executives, one thing that read loud and clear was that they were absolutely committed to doing the right thing for our employees, whatever it takes to keep them safe. And there was genuine care and concern for employees. And as an employee myself, it felt really good as we were, in the early stages of the pandemic. We didn't know what was ahead, but what we did know is that we were with a company that demonstrated absolute care for us and continues to do so.
Thank you, Cecilia. This is good information. It's something that I'm sure everyone can relate to, whether they're a Lewis employee, someone out there looking for a new career, or someone who's thinking about making a switch. But I want to thank you for your time and walking us through this wild 2020. And until the next time, we'll thank you for joining us here.
Thanks, David.
And as for all of you, thanks again for watching another Lewis video. We'll try to keep these coming on different topics. I hope you've learned something. So until the next video, everybody stay safe and have a good rest of your day. Thank you.